Well, and our scripture reading for today is in the book of Isaiah chapter 6 verse 1, and it reads as follows. In the year that King Uzziah died, I saw the Lord high and exalted, seated on a throne, and the train of his robe filled the temple. Above him were seraphim, each with 6 wings. With 2 wings they covered their face, with 2 wings they covered their feet, with 2 wings they were flying, and they were calling to one another, Holy, holy, holy is the Lord Almighty. The whole earth is full of his glory. At the sound of their voices, the doorpost and threshold shook, and the temple was filled with smoke. First and foremost, Isaiah mentions, or in the year that King Uzziah died, he managed to connect with God. It was not on the same day, same week, or same month. We don't know the time frame, but in that year, in that process of healing from King Uzziah's death, he was able to see God. No, King Uzziah is a trait. King Uzziah is a characteristic. It's something that we fear, something that we worship, something that we idolize other than God. In order for Isaiah to see God, he had to be able to be removed and dispatched from Uzziah. Uzziah had to be non-existent. So, King Uzziah in our life, pride, characteristics, unless those things communicate, so we need to kill those traits in us. We need to destroy those characteristics in us. Second Chronicles chapter 26. King Uzziah, at 16 years, he became a king. He did all great things. He rebuilt Jerusalem. He conquered Bumani. He came about with strategies by the help of God. But when King Uzziah started, after all these achievements he got from God, he deviated. He started having pride. That's why for what happened is that King Uzziah went straight at the altar incense, which is not what he's supposed to do. Because he thought now he's above God. That's what happens. God blesses us and places us in places. Then when we get there, we get comfortable and we feel like we are bigger than God, and what brought us there is because we are wise or smart. That's why when he became disobedient, let the Bible give obedience is better than sacrifice. So mocking Uzziah because he became disobedient, he was sacrificing. God didn't recognize. So that's why some of us proceed because of disobeying God. Left and right, but you don't understand. A relationship, but it doesn't materialize because King Uzziah is still living inside you until you destroy him, so your worship can connect to God. You will still suffer. That's why Genesis chapter 4 verse 6. Why are you angry? Why is your face downcast? Because Gain, he had jealousy. He had this Uzziah of jealousy that ruled in his heart. If only Cain focused on him and God and his worship, God would have opened the floodgates of heaven in abundance. That's why Matthew chapter 5 verse 29, if your right eye causes you to stumble, take it out and throw it away. It is better to lose an eye than to lose your whole body in hell. So you need to take out those things. You need to take out. You need to take it out. That's why 2 Kings chapter 5 Naaman was a leper. because leprosy is just a disease that eats you while you are still alive. Maybe just a disease of the dead while you are alive. So but when I dip yourself into the water, because he had this Uzziah of what? Of pride. So no, but there are better rivers. But when he was told, do what is supposed to be done, that's when his leprosy was healed. Chapter 2 verse 20. When I am crucified with Christ, nevertheless I live, yet not I, but Christ liveth in me, and the life which I now live in the flesh, I live by the faith of the Son of God who loved me and gave himself for me. Matthew chapter 26 verse 41. It'll watch and pray so that you will not fall into temptation. The spirit is willing, but the flesh is weak. Sometimes really our flesh is weak. Our flesh is weak. Spirit kianyaga. So arifide moya wowe. Reconnect the roofs of the heaven. Woo.